How is it going, NXT Universe? It is K Sparks providing you with tonight's NXT show results. Now, kicking off NXT, we have a Divas match between Japan's most fierce competitor, Asuka, versus the return of Cameron. Now, at the end of their match, Asuka won via submission. She connected with the Asuka lock after she hit Cameron in the head with a knee strike. After the match, Asuka was taunting Cameron, like mocking her movements and everything, but it was a good match and very entertaining all in all. After this match, we have Tom Phillips interviewing Carmella about the medical update of Enzo Amore and Big Cass, who were attacked by Dash and Dawson last week. She told us that Big Cass has a torn ACL and he will be out of action for a while. But before she could tell us more about Enzo Amore, she was cut off by Dash and Dawson, who were mocking Enzo Amore and Big Cass. And Carmella, she let them have it. She told them that they made a big mistake attacking Enzo Amore and Big Cass, and when they get back, she basically told them like they were gonna pay for that. So Carmella walks off, and Dash and Dawson made it known that they were going after the NXT Tag Team Championships, which is held by the Vaudevillains. And they basically gave Tom Phillips a wheelchair, telling him to give it to the Vaudevillains because they said that the Vaudevillains were going to need it after their match next week. So we'll have to see what happens next week, if they're actually going to get that injured. We also had a backstage segment, which was earlier that day, between Jason Jordan and Gable. Jason Jordan, he wasn't really too happy about how things were doing so far, but Gable let him know that things are only going to go up from here. Let him know to just basically cheer him up because he was pretty down about everything. And Jason Jordan and Gable laid down a challenge to the longest reigning tag team champions, the Ascension. They told the Ascension to come back to give them another match so they can ascend themselves. As Gable basically made a joke out of that because it's the Ascension ascending. So let's see if the Ascension will respond and grant their challenge. The second match we have is between Dempsey and Angelo Dawkins. Dempsey won via pinfall. He connected with a splash from the top turnbuckle after he connected with a splash to the corner on Angelo Dawkins. So, Dempsey has been getting a lot of victories. So I'm proud of him. I'm pretty proud of him. Tom Phillips, he interviewed the Vaudevillains right after the Bo Dempsey and Angelo Dawkins match, and he actually gave them the wheelchair that Dash and Dawson told him to give them. And the Vaudevillains, they let it know that they are fierce competitors, but they were showing that they were not worried about Dash and Dawson, and they actually pushed the wheelchair away from them, like, we're not bothered by you or your little jokes that you have. Tom Phillips, he also interviewed Bayley, and Bayley was challenged by Alexa Bliss the week before to a 6-person tag team match, and Bayley showed that her partners for next week will be the Hype Brothers, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley. So that should be a very, very good match next week. The third match we have is between Eva Marie, and they don't really tell us the name of the diva that she's facing, but I believe I heard the audience call her Harley. But at the end of the match, Eva Marie won with a face plant after she connected with a kick to the face. So congrats to Eva Marie on that victory. Tom Phillips, he gave one last interview tonight. It was to Emma and Dana Brooke, and he interviewed them about Emma being afraid of Asuka, and Emma let it be known that she respects Asuka, but she does not like the way that Asuka keeps smiling in her face. So we'll have to see what goes on between this rivalry between these three. And I say it three because Dana Brooke and Emma, they don't really go anywhere without each other. So it's definitely going to be a 2-on-1 assault here. So let's see how Asuka's going to hold her own against these two. Finally, we have the main event for the NXT Championship between Finn Balor and Apollo Crews. Now this match, it was very intense. It was very, very intense. Let me tell you that. Because both Apollo Crews and Finn Balor, they were able to respond to each of their movements. Like if Finn Balor gave a kick, Apollo Crews responded with a kick of his own. So they were able to match each other in agility and speed. So it was a very good match. At the end of the match, Apollo Crews did win, but it was by disqualification, so he does not get the NXT Championship. And it ended in a disqualification because in the middle of the match, Baron Corbin comes down to the ring and he attacks Apollo Crews, which means Finn Balor is the one that gets the disqualification. And Baron Corbin, he attacks Apollo Crews. He throws him into the barricade. Finn Balor tries to attack Baron Corbin for interrupting the match and attacking Apollo Crews like that. But Baron Corbin, he responded with a punch to the face and he started attacking Finn Balor. But it didn't last long because coming to the ring was Samoa Joe, who chased off Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, he had a big smile on his face, proud of everything that he just did, and he basically told the audience and everybody to shut up, and he walked off. After Baron Corbin walked off, Samoa Joe was still just watching him, make sure he didn't try anything sneaky, but then he started having some very conflicting thoughts going on because he was like pacing back and forth, and he basically attacked Finn Balor with a clothesline, and he just starts punching on him and everything. He sets Finn up on the turnbuckle. He lets him know, like, I did this for you. Whatever, I have no idea what that may mean, but I'm sure we're going to find out next week. But he grabs Finn Balor and he connects with the Muscle Buster. And he leaves the ring. He comes back in the ring with the NXT Championship and he lays it on Finn Balor and he exits the ring, and NXT basically ends with Finn Balor in the middle of the ring laid out and Samoa Joe walking up the ramp. So that is what happened on NXT tonight. All in all, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. There were a lot of good matches. I was just hoping that the NXT Championship match would have ended fairly rather than by a disqualification. But I'm sure we're going to see Finn Balor and Apollo Crews face each other once again. I know this is not the last time, so I'm excited for when they do. Sorry. I'm excited for when they do face each other again. But that's what happened, and if I missed anything, let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, like the future videos, and until next time, I'm Kay Sparks. See you guys.